Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to do a Bondo job on a budget. Very simple, very easy. You will need some basic items here, and what we're going to be doing it on is we have some rust. Here in Colorado, obviously with the ice on the road and all the snow, you do have rust. That does happen on your body, chassis, wherever. What we're going to be doing is, first off, we are going to be grinding this down until we see no more. And so it's just going to be in a nice little box shape like this. And again, because this video is Bondo on a budget, it's not going to be professional. We're going to be spray painting it afterwards, after the Bondo, after we sand it down, etc. Don't worry, we're going to get into all that. You can get a little bit more creative, but because this is an older truck, we're not going to make it streamline, but we're going to be talking you through the basics. Okay, we have a Makita grinder here that's going to be able to grind the paint off all the way down to the metal, through the metal, as far as the rust goes. This is a corded one, any type of one, Harbor Freight. I'll try to link some in the description box below. We have automotive enamel, that's gloss white, obviously because the truck is white. We have our Bondo right here, Bondo body filler. We have acetone to clean it before we do spray paint it and before we do Bondo it, etc. We do have some gloves in here as well to protect your hands with the acetone. We have a little putty paint scraper. We're going to go ahead and kind of get the Bondo on there and obviously try to do it as best as possible so we don't have to sand as much. We have some rags for the acetone, and we have some sandpaper here as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey guys, if you're new here, welcome. We have a lot of fun here. Smash that subscribe button down below and turn on your bell notifications so when fresh content comes out, you're the first to know. So I'm just showing you here what we're going to do is we're going to again lightly just go over it completely. And as we can see here, here is the metal down here below the paint. And there looks like there is still a little bit of rust here. So I'm going to go ahead and again just go over it lightly, one layer at a time. It looks like we can just get some surface rust on the paint portion up here. So don't go through the metal if you don't have to. But again, we're going to be just taking it slow and easy until all that rust is gone. If we don't have to go through the metal, awesome. The other side of the truck, we will have to be going through the metal. But again, let's go ahead and just scrape this off like I just showed you, one little layer at a time, and we'll be back with you. Well, unfortunately, as we were going one small layer at a time, then we had a couple dark spots pop up, and as you can see, the metal underneath is completely corroded. So even if you try to Bondo it up, eventually that's gonna corrode through. So we need to get all that junk out, all that rust through the top layer of the metal right here, as we can see. So we're gonna grind that all out. There, of course, will be a hole. We will patch that up with Bondo, and we will move on. All right, I've just jammed my rag up in there because I've done cleaning, but I took a clean rag with some acetone and just go ahead and drip it on the rag. Clean the entire surface, as you can see all over here. And you want to go ahead and whatever hole you are patching up, you want to go ahead and remove the paint all the way to the metal around it so that the Bondo can stick freely. You can read the directions and it will state that. So we do have a big hole now, so we're going to go ahead and let that acetone dry. It should dry very, very quickly. And we'll go ahead and mix our Bondo together and smear it all over that hole and then flatten it out on the outer edge. All right, we're looking at the Bondo hole here, and this is completely dried. I think due to the instructions, I actually ate dinner, came back, but I think the instructions say about 45, 50 minutes or so. It's not perfect, obviously. You do have a little bit of gravity that wants to pull the Bondo down. You might have to wipe it a few times. You might have to wipe it more than a few times for it to stick in there. Just make sure you plug that hole up completely there. This is fully dried, ready to roll. Now we're gonna go ahead and get our sander out, but let's go ahead and try to match the natural curves of the truck fender with the sander. All right guys, this is what it looks like here after the second application. I sanded it down to align the fender. I actually went with hand sandpaper. The Porter cable electric was a little bit too beefy and I wanted to actually fill the fender line. So I went ahead and just used 120 grit here. This is actually from the Porter cable electric sander. but I just literally took it off a new sheet and sanded it this way. And so this is actually really easy to sand, and as we can see there, it just kind of sands those rough edges off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just smooth this in. Use a dust mask, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop sanding now. Use a dust mask. Use a ventilated area. You don't want this stuff getting up into your lungs. I'm gonna put on some gloves as well. We're gonna sand that down so it's nice and beautifully, no ridges, no rough edges. I'll show you that to you. Then we'll go ahead and then clean it off and throw some paint on it. All right, here we go, guys. As you can see here, we sanded down all of the edges. It's very nice and smooth there. Obviously, there is a little itty bitty thing right here, and if you want to get crazy, continue to sand it down. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. If this was some sort of sports car or something like that. But again, this is a 1997 Ford that we just use around the country here in the snow. So what we're gonna do now is we are gonna go ahead and spray this with primer first, and then we will go ahead and put on the regular automotive gloss paint. If you want to skip the primer step, I'm actually going to skip it. That's up to you. But we'll go ahead and just spray this. You can tape it off in a nice square if you really want to, whatnot. Go ahead and put a piece of tape here, down here, and just spray away. Make sure you get underneath if you've grinded down there as well, etc. All right, guys, there you have it right there. We put on about 4 coats. You can do about 3, doesn't matter. If you're in a high traction area, you might want to go a little bit more with an extra coat there. And then just simply just go ahead and peel off the painter's tape. Obviously, make sure that it is completely dry, or you can peel it off while it is semi-wet, kind of like Plasti Dip. I have another video about that on my channel as well. And obviously there will be a nice little square there because, again, this isn't completely perfect. You can sand down that edge, put a little gloss on if you want to get a little bit more smooth. But this, again, is Bondo on a budget. There you have it. Your rust is removed, you're painted up, and it blends in very nicely, especially on this 97 Ford. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hopefully it has helped you to determine if you even want to tackle this project or not. But again, Bondo on a budget. Smash that thumbs up button and smash that subscribe button, and look for the parts in the description box below the video for the Bondo tape, paint, etc. You guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Don't let the party stop, guys. Hit one of these videos, continue to watch, and we'll see you soon.